just realised, I was like, the fragrance is so expensive, like it's ridiculously expensive, and I understand that obviously the fragrances that people tend to buy are like high-end fragrances, but I just think it's kind of ridiculous what you spend for on a fragrance. So I've been trying to like see if I can find alternatives that are maybe a bit cheaper. And also my tastes have changed in the sense that people might think this is really weird, but my boyfriend, my partner, my male partner, and I share fragrance. Like, I wear a lot of masculine fragrances or like unisex fragrances now that have less like floral notes. I don't know, I really like deep, woody, I guess cedar wood, that sort of tone. And yeah, I've just basically been really leaning into my masculine fragrance energy, and I think I will do for a long time, because I feel like it suits me. Like, so many people have said that like I smell really good, even though it confuses people because I kind of smell like a man. But like not fully masculine. I will kind of explain in a minute when I get into this, when I do finally get into this. But yeah, I just like to lean more masculine with my scents these days. So I will just show you some of my absolute favourites. Actually, a couple of these are just very like body sprays, and like one of these is a oil that I think I've shown in a previous video before. I've not got an awful lot to share, but I thought I'd share a few of my kind of like favourite finds, and I want to talk about something or one that I really want to try, and the scents I really like to try. So the first thing I will show you is kind of what got me into the concept of maybe wearing more like masculine fragrances. And my boyfriend bought this for himself, I think, honestly, I don't know how long ago. Like, he kept it in the car for ages as like an emergency fragrance, and this is by Rituals. I don't think this is cheap, actually. Now I'm looking at it, it's a 50ml, but I actually don't remember how much he spent on this, but he bought it, not me, and he was keeping it in the car for ages. And it's a what does it say? I can't pronounce that, I'm not great with these sorts of pronunciations. Maharaja Dior, but it's not Dior, it's not Dior, it's by Rituals, it's like D''O', so like Maharaja Dior by Rituals. There's no other information on there. I should probably try and look up like a flavour profile. I think I will actually. Okay, so I found a description for it. So the description says, this masculine perfume is an aromatic homage to the ancient Maharajas, golden palaces and indigenous species of India. Discover a luxury fragrance that harbours an addictive combination of the spicy green freshness of cardamom, fresh pine, and the precious dry down of patchouli. This is a subtle aroma that belongs to the fresh fragrance family. Now, I would definitely describe this as like a fresh masculine scent, so it's not super. What I really like, I think, is it's not floral. If I'm honest, I've been kind of getting sick of like exclusively floral scents, and I do like the layer scents as well, but it's definitely like deep in a masculine way, but it is like that freshness, and I think it's the freshness that makes me like feel like it's more wearable for me as a woman. Not that I'm saying like obviously women can wear super masculine fragrances, but for me personally and my taste, So nice. The next thing I will actually try and go in like order of, because it's kind of like a story, it's kind of a journey. The next thing is really quite random because this actually isn't like a perfume, like a Eau de Parfum. It's like a body spray. I'm pretty sure I got this from Aldi. And it is so random, but it's I was just saying I don't like super floral. This isn't floral, but it is quite sweet. I still like sweet, but not super sweet scents. I layer this. I always layer this with something else because I think on its own it's a bit too sweet for me. But it's basically what does it say? It's a pistachio and salted caramel hair and body perfume mist, and I think I got this mainly because I mean, I spray perfume in my hair regardless, but I like something like this that, you know, it's like a body spray, it's a bit cheaper, obviously you don't want to be wasting perfume in your hair sometimes. It smells so good when it's in my hair. It literally smells, it's really weird because when I first smelled this I was like, oh my god, I got like a hint of celery or something, and I don't like celery, and I know that sounds really weird. I think it's the pistachio, I'm not used to that in a scent. Salted caramel is like, you know, that's not uncommon. I love pistachios, I love salted caramel. It is very sweet, quite. I feel like this is one of those scents that's like, it's like, it reminds me of either the peak of summer or the peak of a cozy winter. So I feel like it's really good and wearable throughout the year because the salted caramel, kind of like the sweetness of it, gives kind of like ice cream on the beach vibes, but it also at the same time gives like a cozy cabin, almost like obviously like a caramel latte, or like a like flavoured hot chocolate, almost like it gives that like sweet dessert. I don't know how to explain it, like either super cozy or super summery, and I really like that. I think this might have actually been inspired by some of the other more expensive ones, like there's a Sol de Janeiro, which I've never tried that brand before, but I know that they do like a lot of more expensive sprays and perfumes, so I'm just glad I got it because I just really like the fragrance and I spray this a lot. I just can't spray it in front of my partner because I did ask him before I bought it, but he's allergic to pistachios. He's allergic to nuts, so, but only like if he eats them, properly eats them. He's not like airborne allergy or anything like that. So I asked him and he said, yeah, that's fine, you can get it, like just be careful when you're spraying it. But even if I like let him know and I spray it in the bathroom, if he goes in too soon after me, he like has a bit of an allergic reaction, like his eyes start swelling a bit and his throat. It's not severe, but it's just something that we've had to kind of maneuver around. Also, I'm so sorry if you keep seeing my eye twitch. It might not be noticeable on camera, but I can feel it. It's been twitching all day. I've been having a lot of like twitching and tremors and stuff. I think it's related to my heart. Don't know. Or it might be neurological. Don't know either. So I am sorry if you keep hearing that. Oh, seeing that, sorry. But yeah, so I have to be careful when I spray this, but I just love it so much. It's just so gorgeous. Such a nice scent. classes around women, like products for women with like menopause, perimenopause, health issues, women's health issues, etc. Which is why they sent it to me, because I have endometriosis and I make a lot of content about women's health. But I just think it's so lovely, and the scent is so relaxing, and it's like, because it's so unique, I only ever associate this scent with like sleep, which is just really nice, and I think they've probably done that on purpose because it's so unique. But yeah, I really love this. It's just a little roller ball, and all you do is like, if I put it on me now, it might be a danger. It's only like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I might have a nap, so maybe it'll be good. You just put it on your pulse points, and I just like rub it in a little bit, and yeah, it's just gorgeous, sweet, bit masculine, quite unisex in a way, relaxing, sleepy fragrance. So not like a perfume, but very good for pre-bed. I do like the Hello Sunshine, that's a bit more fresh, but I prefer the evening scent over that, to be honest. So that's that in regards to like miscellaneous fragrance things, and then I'll get onto the like final 2 fragrances, which are actually newer purchases. Again, I didn't buy these, my partner bought these. We love like oud in our household, oud, O-U-D. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Because ouds are like they're quite strong, but they're actually so much cheaper, like the ones that I found anyway, and it just is a way more affordable, but also so much nicer like fragrance profile. Me and my partner really like, I keep saying me and my partner, and that's only because like we share a lot of the same interest in scents, and he'll buy things and then I'll smell them and be like, oh, can I have that, or can I wear that? So that's why. Anyway, we love the smell of like incense, like that intense, fragrant, almost herby smokiness. And I think I realised quite recently that at any given moment I would, like, my ultimate goal is to always smell like a warm, smoky, incense-y type like fragrance, and I understand that's not achievable all the time, and I'm looking into what fragrances I can get that have like tobacco notes in it. I love the smell of tobacco. I know that's really not very common. Like, I'm not a smoker per se. I don't smoke on a regular basis. I do smoke occasionally, tobacco, which I know is not good for you, and I know it's naughty, so don't come for me in the comments. But I love the smell of tobacco. Like, when I smell tobacco smoke, like the smell of, like, I don't know, like a cigar for instance is like one of my favourite smells. There's just something about it. I love the smokiness. I've always loved the smell of bonfires, and of course that is very different from tobacco because it's a lot sweeter, but that like smoke, the rich smokiness is what I love about it. So anyway, to preface that, ouds I tend to find have that depth, or the bare minimum they have the like herbiness that incense has, that I really like. So my boyfriend this is like described. I was getting the description up, I think, last time. So the description says a unisex scent of parfum, ambery white fragrance with bergamot, ylang ylang, and musk. And that is a very accurate description. It's like, it's floral. It is quite floral, but it's not too like light and like super like floral. I don't know, like I find that like super floral perfumes now, like Marc Jacobs Daisy, just like I said towards the beginning, I wore that when I was like 14, 15, 16, so it kind of reminds me of being a kid. No offense, of course, if you continue to wear Marc Jacobs Daisy and you're older than 16, but for me personally, as I got older, I have preferred more like masculine kind of perfumes, masculine tastes, but this is like a perfect balance between floral and like deep musk. I do prefer something a bit deeper, which is why I'll get on to this one in a moment, because that one has like a depth and this is like more floral. But I just love the smell of this. It's like a perfect balance. It's kind of somewhere in between on the scale of floral to like really deep. It's somewhere in between Daisy and Black Opium, I would say, or Daisy and Lovey. I mean, even Lovey is probably closer to this than it is to Black Opium. Obviously the scents are completely different, but in terms of like depth and femininity to masculinity, etc. I love this. This will be a good one for like day to day, and I'm really excited to wear it, but I'm more excited to layer it with the other one. I just like the sound that the glass makes. It's just so nice in the glass. The glass makes a sound. Tippy tap on my nails. But yeah, that is Golden Nectar. And then the last one I've got to show you is Oud Velvet, and it's the same brand. This is just absolutely stunning, and it's the fragrance that's made me realise I want more depth, and to go even further, I want tobacco. I want like a smoky tobacco scent in my fragrances. This doesn't have like a tobacco smell, but it kind of like glides past that a little bit, you know. It is described as a woody ambery fragrance with saffron, oud, wood and vanilla accords. It's so beautiful, like it's quite unique. I would say that this is quite masculine. I've only really ever smelled this sort of thing on men, and it's the sort of smell that if a man or person in general walks past and smells like this, you are doing a double take to check who that is, because it's really like unique. Oh my gosh, it's just like I want to smell like this all the time, but like I want to add some like sweet tobacco to this and maybe a touch of this, but like sweet tobacco I think would do it. Like I love the smell of tobacco. I can't remember if this included in it, but I was talking about how like I'm not a smoker. On occasion, on very very small occasions I indulge, but it's not good for you, and if I was to be a smoker I would be so unwell, because I